West Ham United, tactics, formation, instructions, player skills, traits, abilities. I'm gonna teach you all of them. In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to use West Ham United in FIFA 21 with David Moyes' tactics. I'm not just going to explain about the tactics, I will also explain to you the player skills, traits and abilities. I'm going to explain in complete details because playing FIFA is all about 20% tactics and 80% gameplay. So the gameplay is much more important. By having a much better gameplay, you need to understand your players completely so that you can bring West Ham United at the maximum level when you are playing FIFA 21. And now let's just get started. Let's go. Okay, so now I'm going to explain about the tactics and these are the players that I'm going to use. And if you don't like the players that I'm currently using, for example, if you don't like Fornas, you want to put Ben Rama. If you don't like Lingard, if you want to put Lanzini, it's fine as well. The tactics, the set play, the strategies are still going to be the same. So you don't need to worry about changing the players at all. Okay, so the way they play, the set pieces are still going to be the same. Okay, but I personally want to put Lingard and Fornas because that is the real life tactics that I'm going to explain. So yeah, these are the players that I'm going to use. So for the formation, it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 wide. Okay, and now let's go to the instructions. I'm going to start with the keeper first, count for crosses. The reason why I put Fabianski for count for crosses because he has the trait of counts for crosses, as you can see here, counts for crosses. So that's why I put Fabianski, the instructions count for crosses. It's that simple actually. And now let's go to the center backs. The center backs is going to be all default, no changes, okay? And now let's go to the wing backs. For the wing backs, I'm going to start with Cresswell first. Run tight overlap. Cresswell is an attacking wing back. He loves to create crosses on final third. Okay, the way he plays is like he mostly tend to run into the final third to create crosses from that area, and he going to cross the ball to Antonio. Okay, and Antonio is going to score the header. That's how Cresswell play in the real life as well. So that's why I put the instructions on overlap because it will help him to have better positioning on creating crosses from the overlap. Okay, and also the wingers tend to cut inside, so it's better to attack overlap. Okay, so for most of the time, Fornas love to cut inside like this, and also Bowen they love to cut inside like this. So the wing backs are going to attack overlap. Okay, like this. Okay, to fill the space. The same goes to Kofal since Bowen loves to cut inside as well. So Kofal will also attack overlap like this. So the instructions for Cresswell overlap, and the same goes to Kofal overlap. Okay, but I'm going to explain a little bit about Kofal first. Kofal is a fullback. He's an attacking and also a defensive right back. He's very solid in defending. He's a hard-working player who loves to run back and forth. The way Kofal plays is that he loves to run back on the overlap, the same as Cresswell. But the difference is that I like Kofal much better because he can defend very much better than Cresswell actually. As you can see, he got a high attacking work rate and a high defensive work rate. Okay, he loves to defend. If you want to see the defensive style, he got 76 slide tackle, 78 stand tackle. That's a very impressive stat for Kofal. So that's why I like him as a right back. So the only instructions I want to give him is overlap because as I told you just now, it will help him have much better positioning just like Cresswell. And yeah, since the wingers tend to cut inside, it's much better to have him on overlap. Okay, and now let's go to the DMs, Rice and Souček. I'm going to start with Declan Rice first. Declan Rice, cover center. The same goes to Souček actually, cover center. Okay, but I'm going to explain Rice first. For the Rice, he's an defensive midfielder. He tends to create long passes to the forward players for fast build-up attacks. Okay, he loves to build up attacks from the back, focuses more on positioning himself in accepting counter-attacks from the opponents. The way Declan Rice plays, he mostly tends to play very comfortable at the back like this. Okay, and when he wants to attack, when he have the ball, he will do a very long pass to Antonio directly, or maybe Lingard, Fornas and Bowen. Okay, Declan Rice is much comfortable in passing the ball directly into the front. That's how Declan Rice plays in the real life. He mostly in the real life tends to do long passes rather than short passes. And when he defends, he tends to always stay at the back to defend. Okay, he's a defensive midfielder and he has a pretty good defensive stat. He got a 79 slide tackle, 83 stand tackle. Okay, so if you want to defend, you're gonna use Rice to intercept your opponents. Okay, he got 82 aggression as well. That's a pretty good stat for a defensive midfielder. I forgot to mention Rice is going to be cover center because he plays much more comfortable on the center like that. And now let's go to Souček, cover center as well. And I'm going to explain a little bit about him first. Souček is a box-to-box midfielder. He's a hard-working player who loves to run back and forth, has a strong physical traits, strength, stamina, aggression, etc. Got it all. He's a very attacking-minded and also very defensive-minded as well. He loves to run into the box to score headers and give assists. Very explosive in counter-attacks. The way Souček plays is that he's very hardcore. He got high attacking work rate, high defensive work rate, and he has a lot of stamina as well. He got 92 stamina. It's fine for him to run back and forth like this. It's definitely very fine. The point is that he's very aggressive in playing actually. He loves to run into the box and score headers because he has the trait of power header, as you can see. He got a power header trait. So if you want to use Souček to attack as a striker, it's definitely fine as well. Okay, so the only instructions I'm going to give Souček is cuff center. That's it actually. It's all actually very simple so far for all these four players. The same goes to Lingard actually. Fornals, Bowen, and Antonio as well. And now let's go to Lingard. For Lingard, it's going to be all default, and I'm going to explain why. His role is as attacking midfielder, second striker. He tends to help circulate and maintaining ball possession on the midfield. He can become a second striker when Antonio is being a target man. The way Lingard plays is that he loves to circulate the ball between Rice, Soucek, and yeah, those triangle midfielders. Okay, if you are having troubles in creating counter-attacks, you're gonna have Lingard, Rice, and Soucek to circulate the ball in the middle and wait for chances, wait for empty spaces on the front, and then you will take those chances to do long passes and etc. Okay, yeah, so for the time being, just do possession if you don't have the chance to do a counter-attack. Use these three players to control your possession. And also, for example, Antonio tends to become target man. He has a great physical strength, so he tends to drop deep into the midfield to hold the ball as long as possible, and Lingard will mostly get into the front as a temporary striker, and he will score the goal like that. Actually, it's very simple actually. So for Lingard, it's going to be all default for the instructions. And now let's go to Fornals. Okay, for Fornals, it's going to be cut inside and come short, and I'm going to explain why. His role is as an emphatic winger. He has a great passing skills, dribbling skills, has a good vision, and plays more like a central midfielder than a winger. Okay, for Fornals, he plays more like a actually attacking midfielder. As you can see the position, you don't be so focused on LM, RM. Actually, he plays more like a CAM. Okay, and you get the pace. You see the pace, 68 pace. Okay, and the passing, dribbling, he got pretty good stat for that. 76 shooting. Okay, since he got a very low pace, 68 only, so I want you to play him more like a central midfielder because he's very slow. Okay, we mostly play on this position on half spaces like this to help Lingard, to help Rice, to help Soucek to circulate the ball on the middle as well. So yeah, if you want to use him to run, don't use him to run. Actually, if you want to use someone to run on the left flank, just use Cresswell to run onto the overlap like that when Fornals is cutting inside like this. Okay, so that's how Fornals plays in the real life as well. So the reason why I put him on cut inside is because he plays much more comfortable on the half spaces, and also the reason why I put him on come short is because it will help him to play more like a center midfielder instead of a winger, since he doesn't have fast pace in sprinting. Okay, and now let's go to Bowen. Okay, that's it for Fornals, cut inside, come short. For Bowen, it's going to be cut inside only. Okay, and I'm going to explain why. His role is as an inside forward, inverted winger. Okay, he's a left-footed player, overall average in all skills, dribbling, pass, pace. Okay, comfortable in attacking from both the overlap and the half spaces. Okay, actually he's very comfortable attacking from this position as well, but he's much more effective attacking on the half spaces like this, so he will help Lingard to attack on the final third as well. And that's how Bowen plays, and he's a left-footed player, as you can see. Left-footed player, high, medium work rate. So yeah, I recommend it a lot to have him attacking on the half spaces. Okay, that's why I put the instructions to cut inside because yeah, he plays much more comfortable that way. Okay, and now let's go to Antonio. Antonio is going to be all default actually. If you want to put stay forward, it's fine as well. I would rather put it on default, but yeah, if you want to have a much more effective counter attack, just put it on stay forward. Okay, just like this. And I'm going to explain about Antonio. Antonio, he's a target man actually. Okay, he has a strong physical strength, very deadly in scoring headers, aerial threats, and power header. Okay, he has decent pace in sprinting as well. As you can see, Antonio can be a target man. 86 strength, he got fast speed as well, 87 sprint speed, 91 jumping, 85 aggression, and 84 heading accuracy. Okay, that's a pretty good stat. Team player, power header. Yeah, just treat him more like a target man, and also sometimes as a normal striker. Actually, that's it for Antonio. And now let's go to the roles. These are the roles, not really important anyway. And now let's go to the tactics. The tactics: defensive style, pressure, heavy touch with 4 bars, depth 4 bars. And the reason why I put the tactics like this is because in the real life, West Ham tends to mostly defend by dropping back instead of pressing high up because of the tight schedule of matches to save more stamina for future football matches. Okay, the way they play in the real life, they don't have a lot of players with quality players on the pitch. So yeah, if they want to defend, they mostly drop back to save more stamina while defending. And then mostly the way they play, actually they mostly do counter attack. So it's much more effective. They want to drop back into the defensive third to receive the ball, to recover the ball, and then they will do a long pass on the final third, and they will do a counter attacks very effectively. That's how West Ham plays in the real life. So I personally have pressure and heavy touch 4 bars because that's the most effective one in FIFA 21. But if you really want to play like the real life ones, you can put drop back, but I don't really recommend that because that will make a mess on your formation. That's why I put the pressure and heavy touch. For the defensive style, it's up to you. You can change the width, depth, it's up to you as well. Just just adjust to your defensive style. I don't want to make yourself having trouble by using these tactics anyway. Yeah, but these are my personal ones actually for the game. And yeah, that's it for the defense. And now let's go to the offensive style. Balance with 4 bars, the 4 bars. Okay, for the offensive style, I put balance is because you're not going to be able to play fast build all the time. Okay, because when your counter attacks are neutralized by opponents, you're definitely gonna play possession. That's why I put it on balance instead of fast build up. Okay, if you want to play fast build up, it's fine as well. If it suits you, just adjust with your playing style, but I would personally put balance. Okay, and in the real life, I want to explain a little bit about them. In the real life, West Ham plays counter-attacking football. As I mentioned just now, they play much more comfortable that way since the players are mostly very hardworking in running back and forth and also have a lot of stamina. West Ham mostly attack on the central region because they have many players who are dangerous in attacking in the box. For example, Antonio, Lingard, Fornals, Bowen and Solskjaer. Okay, so most of the time when you want to use West Ham to attack, most of the players tend to cut inside. Bowen as well cut inside. Lingard mostly roam around the pitch like this. Antonio sometimes drop deep to the midfield. And yeah, most of the players tend to cut inside except for Cresswell, run overlap, Kofa overlap. And I'm going to repeat the instructions again. Keep account for crosses, center backs or default, no changes. Okay, no changes. Cresswell overlap. Okay, Kofa overlap. Okay, for Rice cover center, that's only. Solskjaer as well, cover center, that's the only one. Lingard or default, no changes. Bowen only cut inside, actually, yeah. And for Fornals, cut inside, come short. Okay. And for Antonio, it's going to be all default, no changes. And if you want to put stay forward, it's fine as well. I would rather personally put stay forward. And that's it for the tactics. If you really want to learn how to use West Ham United at the maximum level in FIFA 21, I want you to watch this video right now because this video is about myself using these tactics live inside the game so that you can have a much better visual understanding on the pitch on how to use West Ham United in FIFA 21. And that's it for me. Leave a like in this video if you find it helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Slanted Alien signing out. Bye. Peace.